Warning: the following video might contain some disturbing content that might be unsuitable for some viewers. Viewer discussion is advised. Hello, I'm a pretty average gamer. I like the games I like and never once considered what lie beyond the surface of them. Well, that was until I met a good friend of mine. This friend of mine, his name won't be stated for the sake of privacy, starts with hacking. He doesn't do it to cheat through. He does it solely to find out the secrets behind games, leftovers, test levels, developer notes, you name it. He found it. Because of this, I started getting interested in this as well. Since I had no idea how to break into games like he could, I gave him some requests. Yoshi's Island, Super Mario Galaxy, and Pikmin were among these I asked him to dig into. The stuff he found was really neat, but nothing particularly notable beyond unused graphics and such. He then came to me one day and looking to increase his skills by tackling a game from a much more recent console. I have been playing Pikmin 3 at the time and suggested he would try Sand at that, which he agreed. After a month or two, I received an email from him, which is unlike him. As usual, he just called me or come over to my house. In fact, I had hardly seen him during that time. Video games are supposedly very hard to work with through, so I just blame it on that. Anyway, what he sent me is just a text file, something named Orimar log. I assumed it was an early or unused script for the hidden logs by Captain Olimar that you could find in the game, but upon opening the file, the content seems more similar to that of Olimar's text-only logs from the first game. I started reading, absolutely ecstatic about what my friend had found. However, well, I got and copied all down below. It seems as if Nintendo had a very different idea of Olimar's role in Pikmin 3. Make of it what you will. Day 1. We have successfully returned to the distant planet once again, but our landing was far less than smooth. Upon touchdown, the force of the ship's impact caused the ground beneath it to collapse, effectively lodging it into a subterranean crevice. We are currently unable to exit the ship due to the tight walls of the crevice, exerting any means of escape. The ship's damage has yet to be fully asserted, but it appears to be critical. I'll try to send an distress signal if the radio is still functional. The ship's engine and operating system were both completely obliterated during the crash. Any attempts to repair them have resulted in nothing but unsuccessful sparks. Thankfully, the emergency power generator was unscathed and is being used to provide us with some light and also life-saving functions. With a bit of minor tinkering, we managed to get the radio to work. When no answer to our distress signal has been made as of yet, at least we still have plenty of rations to tide us over until then. Day 3. The signal had been progressing since yesterday, but still has no replies. I've been pondering over our situation and have begun to think of what might happen if no help arrives. No, that's ridiculous. How could I consider such a stupid thought that only 3 days after our landing? And in the next few days, someone will come to our rescue far before then. Day 4. There still hasn't been any replies, but not too worried. Since we cannot leave the ship, Louie and I have been programming ourselves with board games and puzzles from our entertainment reserves. I kind of wish video games were included among them, but not very good at them anyways. Besides, Louis has been on a winning streak for a while now. That could just mean I'm not very good at board games neither. Day 5. Still no replies. It's been kind of difficult to sleep with all these thoughts going through my head. Maybe I'll just play some board games with myself. I doubt any noise I make would disrupt Louis' rest. He could sleep freely and nearly anything. Day 6. I thought I heard something come through the radio today, but it turned out to be a burst of comprehensible static. I also tried to fix up the ship a little more, but all I could really do was tidy it up a bit. The broken control panel looked so shiny that I could practically use it as a mirror. Between working and dealing with the ship's artificial intelligence, I never had the time to clean up. Frankly, in this state, I don't have to listen to its unbearable nagging remarks. Day 7. I think Louie and I will just play board games for most of the day again. If only we had a few Pikmin with us to keep us a little more company. Day 8. We ran out of board games to play, so I decided to try taking a nap today, but my mind was too cluttered with worrisome thoughts to get any rest. I needed to stop letting my concerns get to me. Day 9. Heard some voices come in and out of the radio, but they were distorted by static beyond recognition. Someone will have to answer our call eventually. Day 10. I was hit with a sudden jolt of panic today when I realized that our time is limited. Since we are having to rely on the ship's emergency life support systems, we have a span of nearly 29 days before they were completely exhausted. To think in just 19 days. No, I must not think about it. This has happened to me before on my first visit to this planet. I managed to survive. Of course, I did have the added assistance of Pikmin. Day 11. Our rations are beginning to dwindle. What appears to be a month's worth of Pikmin carrots and Hokkaido noodles is now just a few days' worth. It doesn't help that Louis has such a ravenous appetite. Then again, I wouldn't call myself a very light eater. Day 12. I tried looking out the windows, but all that can be seen is the dark walls of the cavern. I wonder if there are any pigmen nearby. If we're lucky, maybe someone will come and carry us out of this dimly lit abyss. Day 13. There was a power year. I was trying to get out today. We went to near total darkness with only breathable air. There's still a silver of light leaking from the top window through, so there isn't a complete absence. This means the ship probably isn't stuck too far down from the surface. Now, if only we get an answer to our calls. Day 14. Some more SAG voices came through the radio today, but once again, more of them were comprehensible. I started feeling as if we may never escape this crevices. Day 15. I wonder if my family back on Hookday has become worried for me, so I don't have the ability to email them back. Maybe they would have gotten suspicious by now and sent the rescue crew right. Day 16. Our food rations have now been depleted entirely. Louis and I had a fight over who was deserving of the final piece of food. The fight started out as just mild bickering, but soon grew into a full-on brawl. I'm not sure what came over me, but as Louis attempted to shove me, my first reaction was to grab him by the neck and pin him down. I then immediately ate the final picnic carrot whole without hesitation. Louis hasn't spoken a word since. I feel unbelievably guilty. I'll just try to apologize when we're both hopefully in a better mood. Day 17. I tried to apologize for my savage behavior yesterday, but Louis didn't appear to accept it. He just glanced at me with a chilling glare. At least we still have a substantial amount of water rations left for the both of us. Day 18. Hunger pains have started to ensure I have barely been able to sleep at all. I think I'm just going to lie here for a while. I wonder if this is how my boss felt when he was being pursued by debt collectors. In that case, I need to remember to apologize to him once I make it out of this ordeal. Day 19. These logs have become increasingly more difficult to write due to sleep deprivation, minimal light, and a total lack of food. I think I'm starting to hear things. Day 20. My head is pounding and I can barely keep my hands from trembling. I'm going to take the day off again. Not that there's much work to be done anyway. Day 21. I'm so surprised to see Louis laying down across from me when I woke up from my unexpected nap that I nearly shrieked. He's been so quiet lately that I had forgotten he was even here. He looked absolutely miserable, even in the initial light. I began to wish I turned that last picnic carrot. Day 22. I claim that we may never receive any replies. I shouldn't lose hope through. Endurance is key. If only I believe those words. Day 23. Time feels as if its pace has been slowly decreasing day by day. I can hardly stand without getting awfully lightheaded. At the very least, the generators remain life support system provided with some nutrition boost. I was still nowhere near the support and satisfaction of eating food. Day 24. I feel so weak. If the Pikmin were here right now, I think they'd be ashamed at the loss of their heroic leaders' strength. Day 25. Louis finally snapped today. He stood up suddenly and began to beat fiercely at one of the windows. I got up and opened my mouth to speak to him, but before I could utter a word, he turned around slowly and gave me an uncertainly look that only a starved animal could give. He quickly went back, pounding on the fake glass for what seemed like an hour before finally collapsing due to exhaustion. I don't dare approach him. Day 26. I woke up from a painful nap to the sight of Louis staring at the very same window he had attempted to shatter yesterday. I don't understand how he could have the strength to stand at all, considering it had been a little over a week since neither of us have had anything in our stomachs. He's still standing there at the very moment I'm writing this. Ugh, I'm so hungry. As I was trying to sleep again today, I had the feeling I was being watched. When I finally opened my eyes, there was Louis, standing over me with a dazed, hungry look in his eyes. I saw him raise up what looked like a thick piece of scrap metal in an instant. I knew what he was planning to do. I sprung up just as he swung, missing me entirely. He was going to kill me. I yelled at him in hopes of making him realize that he was doing was complete madness. But it was useless. He was too far gone. I used the remaining bit of strength and I had and shoved him into the edge of the table. I yanked the metal fragment from his hands, and there's nothing more I could have done for him. I, I, they, blank. Why? Oh God, why? Why I must come to such primal behaviors? The blood on my hands, the safe iron in my mouth. I'm sorry, dear God. I'm so very sorry. I am man, no longer. I'm a monster, a savage, disgusting monster. Here are the voices, saying they reached me, saying they have come for me at last. Don't they know? Don't they know the beast they have come to uncage? I can feel myself being lifted right at this very moment. It's coming brighter. My eyes sting. They have come to free me. I must not let them. I must never be freed. And so, I must claim myself. So that was Pikmin 3 The Lost Logs. And don't mind me with this, the hairstyle, the different hairstyles. Since I think the other hairstyle I use commonly in the videos is kind of, I don't have much time to use it, but here we are. So anywho, this creepypasta, it's surprisingly dark, in a good way. Like, just like, it seemed like how especially the part with like Louis just like got a little bit, he just got a little bit ticked off over Omar just eating the last Pikmin carrot does in the Hokate ship and just acting like a quiet kid. Since, Louis always been act like right off, like a quiet kid. But man, that ending, a lot more just pretty much felt a little more upset over killing Louis and just eats his guts. Like, god damn, this is like surprisingly dark, and the story itself, it's surprisingly good, even for the whole like the hack, the protagonist's friend is a hacker, is kind of a little bit tiresome, which a cliche, but the story itself, that's definitely worth it. So yeah, don't have anything else to say, but hope you guys enjoyed this video and like and comment this video and subscribe for more content and see you like sometime in mid-August when I come back from vacation still. So have a nice night, guys. So see ya. Oh yeah, bye.